This is a Headgum podcast.
I'm depressed.
I mean, who isn't?
I'm not clinically depressed. I'm just really sad about the world.
I'm clinically depressed.
I am clinically depressed in that I'm on Prozac, but which, by the way, I had these experiences in the last week with like people that I love crying a lot.
Oh.
And it made me want to go off my meds.
Can you name the people who cried and we'll beat them out?
Did you see Becca? Becca came on the trip, right?
Yeah, I saw Becca.
Wow.
Love Becca. No, it was like people in my in my coven who shall not be named.
You are.
But
so
wait. I'm going to talk about this on the pod, but just like know that this is a sacred space. When I discuss this.
Are you breaking rules?
No.
Oh. Are we in danger?
No, I don't think so. I'm doing this with my arm to protect you guys.
Okay, Naomi, number one.
Am I? Yeah.
No. I don't think you're in danger.
I can't even. Yeah.
I'm just saying, spirits don't enter here unless you're in accord with me.
I have had a week.
I know. Spiritual week.
You know what?
Careful.
You know what I do want to talk about at some point? How much do we believe in scary stuff?
A lot.
Okay, I just want to say I did a ritual around the full moon where you guys would have laughed so hard at me. Probably
You took your period blood out of your pussy.
That's literally what I was going to suggest.
Why are you bringing that up?
Did you?
No.
I don't know.
She drank it.
Allie's laughing. No, okay, wait. I've done that one. I have done that one time.
You didn't drink it, right?
No. Oh my God.
Did you make an offering?
It's like rebirth. It's like people eat the
Jesus
placenta. Okay.
Christ. No, I put it into the ground where my my staff, my witch's staff.
Okay.
My stang.
You have a staff?
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
It's just in my backyard.
You touch it a lot?
Not really, no.
You touch it a lot.
I don't even know where it is right now.
That's not how to treat a staff.
I know, you're right. It's actually called a stang.
A stang?
So a stang is like
you whip that stang around?
You whip that stang around.
Oh, God. Scared.
A stang is like a broom, but
without the broom head?
Without the broom. But it's basically like a staff that has like two, then splits.
Can you get it on Amazon? Or?
No, I took it from my tree.
Okay, cool.
I think about John's story of how John got his nieces. Were you there?
Oh yeah.
He got his nieces
John early?
So cute. Yeah.
To like brooms for Christmas to
so
make
cute.
it like
a magical experience for them.
And at first they hated it and they started crying, but then
wait, they cried when they got their
tell
brooms?
a funny story.
They
It's
cried
cute.
and they were like, "Why would you get us this?"
I think it's like they want like
they were,
Barbie
like,
Dream House.
devastated.
But then,
Oh my God.
they loved it.
Wait,
he said.
so tell me everything though.
He got
like
them
he got them to be
brooms
like
to
witches,
ride and
yeah,
like to have a magical experience
for magic.
And they were like cool looking and I don't know,
like a Nimbus 500 or whatever they're
no,
called.
I think
bet you it was more like rustic.
I think it was probably slightly. We can ask
you can
him.
buy like brooms on Amazon for the express purpose.
I
of,
don't
like,
think
magic.
you can do that.
I
you know
think
what I mean?
You
Ethically.
can.
No.
I think you should make it. I think you should. I mean,
I'm saying I don't think you should buy it from Amazon. I think that's a way to be.
Don't
doing
buy anything
black
on Amazon
magic.
to do magic with. Don't worry about it so much. I think you're.
I don't want to do magic.
I know. So don't worry about it.
No, but I'm saying, doesn't it feel like not what you should be doing the magic?
It's just
with?
a case by case basis, but
Yeah, for sure.
like, yeah.
Would you do it?
No, it's just not really my style. But I think if that is your style as a witch, that's fine. You have your reasons probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long as you don't harm other people. I guess that's what you're saying is that
I'm just
buying from
wondering
Amazon
if
is
it comes
harmful.
with like, you know,
baggage,
Yeah.
spiritual
Yeah.
baggage.
Okay, wait. So they didn't like it, and then now they're riding them around.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't like it the day of, and his feelings were hurt, understandably.
Oh,
Sorry to John.
Christmas brooms on Christmas is kind of funny.
I think it's so.
I mean,
cute.
I love it.
But it was like, yeah, it was just like a special fun little
Yeah.
unique gift. Very him. And they gave it to them, and then when they unwrapped them, they were like, "Why would you give us this?" Like they were so upset.
Okay, but
and then they came around, and then they were riding him around and loving it.
That's so much
I mean,
fun.
the
It's
image
really
of a
cute.
witch on a broom, like
Tell
riding
us-
them around, you know, obviously that's like one of the first things that comes to mind when people.
What's the history?
Well, people like the witches' tools kind of came into like what they are because they are things that actually have a place in a household. So they could have these items that have magical purposes, but they could be hidden in plain sight.
Wow.
And the broom, like, you know how people in LA are saging their houses all the time?
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of do that with a broomstick.
I
Like,
believe that.
the basic tenet would be like, if you're gonna really just dumb it down, is like a broom that you're sweeping clockwise is manifesting something,
Wow.
and a broom that you're sweeping counterclockwise
to
is
get away.
banishing something. Yeah.
What was the kind of magic that Lou was into?
Chaos magic.
Whoa.
I don't really know anything about that.
Chaos.
I don't really know
magic,
anything
I
about
think,
that.
is-
I don't know about it, but I hate the way that sounds.
Isn't that connected to that show?
Oh, you're saying last podcast on the left?
No,
Oh, she
I'm
listens to that,
saying
that's why.
Charmed.
no.
I don't know.
The
Chaos
show,
magic, I'm pretty sure, doesn't that have to do with,
I want to say there was like a.
Latin,
It's chaos magic, Wanda.
Oh.
Oh, this is
WandaVision?
chaos
Fairy
magic.
tale? Fairy?
I think it's
Fairly Odd-
WandaVision.
Oh, WandaVision.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Is chaos magic, can someone look it up on Google? Tell me about it.
Just it in general?
Yeah, you just like give me the
I think
1-2 line.
she
Okay.
harnessed
It's,
its intense power.
It's a modern tradition of magic emerging in England in the 1970s as
Okay.
part of the wider neo-pagan and esotericist subculture. Drew
Alright.
heavily from the occult beliefs of artist Austin Osman Spare.
Okay. It's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking
you're
of
thinking
something
of-
ancient and
You're thinking
scary.
of like Santeria.
yeah. But there's another one, not Santeria, that's like Santeria, that's like derived from like the same.
But I feel like
thing.
I've explained this on this podcast before that like there is this kind of like white and no offense.
Hey, I'm a white.
yeah, and I'm calling it in.
Well,
but
the
there's
fear
a
of-
white
the fear of black
like
magic.
Santeria or hoodoo, and even the term itself, black magic,
No,
is rooted in white supremacy and this fear of like something is evil.
I think it's just more of like I just don't think people like
should be messing with all that.
I just don't think you should mess unless you're really doing fucking research.
Right.
Because I do
I
think it's
agree.
like you just don't know.
Yeah. For me, magic is so much more. I don't really like have a will to manifest most of the time. Like I mean,
I think it's nice the idea of manifesting.
You also
I
are
think it's
probably
nice.
the truth is you're probably an intense channeler already. Not to be fucking like that.
there's
but
nothing I can do about it.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not like actively like writing down manifestations all the time, but I do find, God bless, that a lot of the things that like both the things that like I am trying to not think about and the things that I think about fancifully, like, you know, there's a way to call things to you, even in a bad way.
Yeah.
And in
But
a good
I'm
way.
a big
You're probably
the people that
You're
I've
in
learned
touch.
from so far have just taught me a lot about like the practical magic is just really integrating the idea that like everything that you're doing in your life you can be integrating intention into.
Yeah.
So like when you're cooking, like that is magic.
well, yeah,
or
because
when
it's
you're-
delicious.
Or when you're like cleaning
Alchemy.
your bath,
when
that's
things are
magic.
changing.
Yeah.
When things are in the process of like changing.
right.
Is that what you mean? Like
yeah.
action.
I learned that I recently heard someone talking about
It's a nice way to
alchemy
live.
as like, yeah, it's nice. And the idea of like being attuned to the larger rhythms of the world. Like there are some people who are witches who like don't really give a shit about moon cycles, but it's like if you're into that,
Yeah.
then it's kind of cool to like, it's one thing to just clean your house on a random day, but it's another thing to like, if it's around the time of the full moon, it's like, that's a really good time to like go through a drawer and like let go of stuff. And then it has this extra layer of meaning. Like I went through my bedside table drawers like around the full moon and it was like, it just adds this layer of like, I'm not just decluttering, I'm also like letting this go energetically.
Do you feel do you feel the shifts of the tides from the moon, other than the period?
That's hard to answer because I don't know. Like
I feel like it would take so
there
much
are times
attunement to know.
I'm just not that consistent of a person in general. I try to be, but like there are times that I'm really paying attention and I'm like on my Channy app and I know what the moon phase is. Like I have a little thing in my kitchen that's like moon. Where you can clock the moon phase, but sometimes I'm not aware. But then like if I have time to get into it. Anyway, I mean actually I brought this up because I had to lead something this weekend that happened to be around the full moon, so I was like thinking about it a lot. But yeah, I mean, do you guys feel in tune, or would you not know because you're not tracking it?
I'm not conscious enough as a person.
I think there's like
You track your period though.
I've heard
Yeah, but I'm not like I'm not thinking about the moon when I'm thinking about my period.
Mhm.
I'm not really thinking about the moon other than when I look outside and I think.
Are
I
you
love
thinking
it.
about the larger wheel of the year?
I mean, I think it's like even the moon. I mean, I guess the larger wheel of the year, but even like the moon cycles do have an effect on, the Earth's gravitational pull. We all are affected. It's just more of like if you're consciously,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering about. I am not there in my mind,
Yeah.
so no.
I'm not necessarily like in touch with the moon phases,
I'm not necessarily in touch with the moon.
There's something so funny.
but I like the idea that like the natural, this is related only tangentially kind of, but it's the idea of like synchronicity.
Mhm.
And like I find intriguing the idea that like the natural state of the world is this like divine synchronicity where like things are happening that you're not
Yes.
like things are happening synchronicity is happening all the time. It's like whether or not you are
It's
like
awareness.
whether or not you're in tune enough to be able to
Yeah.
see those things
Mhm.
or to be able to pick up on things or the choices that you make and like the fact that you're not in control but you also kind of are. Like I think awareness of synchronicity begets more awareness of synchronicities.
Yeah.
That's
totally.
like been my personal experience.
Yeah.
So I kind of believe that there's like that maybe this like chaotic world of synchronicity and is kind of like the true essence of what it is, what the truth is.
The dance.
But that we are consumed with,
the shit of
the
life.
shit of life
Yeah.
that prevents us from like accessing. Like, I don't think the natural state of the world is like some kind of like peace necessarily, but I think there is like a balance and like synchronicities and things that are in flux. And it's just whether or not you're in tune with those things.
You know what?
It's kind of how I think about it.
The only time I'm actually in tune with it is when it's the seasonal shifts, and
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm affected negatively.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I was gonna say, I was like, I think you do
I
have an
actually am-
awareness
I
of the
am-
wheel.
I am, but it's only because I'm like, oh, why am I losing my mind?
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's a hard
So
time for you.
I'm only aware of, but I guess that is the moon still. The only time I'm aware is when.
Is it the same every time the seasons change, or is it like particularly potent, like when it's getting into summer?
No, it's just I don't know. The psychiatrist would know more, but I know it's more of like when I think a powerful one is like I don't know, maybe it is every seasonal shift, but I
like
know
the summer to fall.
Yeah, or if actually fall to
Winter.
winter is more severe and
Big time.
Well, that makes sense. You're also getting, it's more than just like the time is changing, but it's like literally there's less sun.
Yeah. I'm so affected. I have such bad seasonal like affected depression.
Yeah.
It depends, I think, on how sensitive you are to those things, and I think
Yeah.
I'm super sensitive to any shift. So
I
every
like
day.
I like the image of like if you look at moon cycle and sun cycle, like we have the phases of the moon, which is a 28-day cycle, but then we also have like the solstices and the equinoxes, which is 365 days. But like the way that like to me there's resonance because the summer solstice is in my head Does this sound? Am I sounding crazy?
No.
The summer solstice in my head, I'm seeing as like the same energy as a full moon, and the winter solstice is the same energy as a new moon. So it's like it's the low point where you're beginning to build something new.
Yeah.
And then the summer solstice is a high point, like the high harvest, where you're like letting go and starting to turn inward and starting to prepare for, the long winter. But it's like just this like the balancing act. So it's like multiple so they're happening like at the same time but at different wavelengths. And then we also have these other cycles that we're all in our lives, So it's like there's going to be like times where it lines up and there's going to be times where it's in like friction, but that whole thing creates like a larger symphony of meaning.
Definitely. I mean, I feel like there's like there is just like it's just so inherently I just think there's a part of me that's like it actually doesn't matter whether or not certain things are empirically true.
What is that?
Or not.
Yeah.
Like it's such a human thing to have certain attachments and rituals that revolve around certain things that happen in life, both on like a, kind of monthly 3 times, 4 times yearly, annually, or life cycle stuff. Like, it's so human to do these things that I feel like it is kind of our, like, it is our inheritance. It's like the inheritance of our species is to revolve our lives around these kinds of myths. And it actually doesn't fucking matter. Like, if they're, I mean, what's that quote? It's like, it's the thing of like a myth is not something that happened. It's like something that's always happening.
Interesting.
Or it's like it's you know what I mean? Like it's not something specific that happened. It's something that's constantly happening.
Yeah.
And so it continues to have resonance,
true
whether or not
on a
it's
soul level.
true.
Yeah.
Like kind of just is irrelevant.
Yeah.
But
or it's true whether or not it actually happened. That
That's
sounds
true.
really gaslighty, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's
I
like
know what you
it's
mean.
the truth.
Actually, it
of
doesn't matter if it happened or not. It's true.
Yeah. Oh God.
But all that to say, I channeled. I did a song ritual, you guys.
Oh my God.
Where I
did you sing?
I was like playing drones.
Oh my God. And you
and I
sang?
just sang like random stuff I did it for 13 minutes.
That's fucking
By
awesome.
yourself or with the people?
by myself, but like for them.
Whoa.
And
what
I
do you
was like-
mean? By
like,
yourself in your home but on Zoom?
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I wasn't expecting to be leveled by that.
I
but
love
I'm
how you're
sorry.
doing this on.
As a channeler and an intuitive, I was able to pick up on that.
This is what I'm
fact.
doing. This is what I'm doing in my home. Yeah, I'm sitting in my office.
Going, the world is in crisis.
Yes. No, it wasn't exactly
Sorry.
like that, but
That's my own thing.
Wow, I got
wouldn't that be like?
I got something
but
in my
it
eye
is so
'cause I was
funny
so
because it's like
crazy.
there's people in my life that I feel completely comfortable doing that around, and I don't know if I could ever do that for you guys.
I feel like we're
Just
just
'cause we
too much
laugh
of
at you.
clowns.
Because we would be
need-
like, we'd be like, this girl's insane.
we would need like an emotional enforcer. We would need sould watching us watch you. And like
Yeah.
if we were giggling or
We would
thinking it
need-
was
we would
funny, we
need,
would
like-
need the severity to
we
Also,
need like a
I-
prophet
also,
with us.
I
You know
like
what I mean? It has to
invited
be someone
them.
we
I was
really
like,
believe.
they were on mute, but I was like, if you like have
called to
something to
sing?
add, yeah.
And,
Did- were
And
people
some
called?
of them were singing as well.
at the same time but off a beat on Zoom.
Well, no. They didn't put themselves like it was just for them.
They were on mute.
Yeah. Because like the idea of if you're doing something like that
This
for a
is
long
fucking
time,
awesome.
if you're doing something like that for a long time, you can, especially if you're just repeating like the same words over and over again.
Namyo Renge Kyo style.
Exactly. Then you're entering like
It's like
more
what,
of like a
transcendental?
trance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
That
it's, like-
also is like, I actually think we need to be doing that way more.
I agree. And I am. Wait, you mean specifically us as a band or humanity?
Humanity in general.
What do you mean,
Oh.
like entering trance?
I thought you meant Muna.
I think there is
I
something.
mean, sure.
I think
we're
Muna needs to be
humans.
trancing.
I think there's something.
There's something there for us.
There. What if you can? It's like moving meditation stuff. Like I just don't like traditional meditation of like sitting.
Sometimes
and
it doesn't work for some
really
people.
work for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like, yeah,
Are you gonna
repeating
follow in
something,
your mom's
getting
steps?
not Tai Chi.
Foot taps.
I can't.
Foot taps.
But like chanting, like
why don't you do TM and get the little phrase that
I
you
think that would
repeat?
be cool. But I like, it's like
Kill.
those, I'm obsessed with those like those videos of like the Sufi guys
Yeah, go in the circle.
chanting and like running in the circle.
See,
Yeah.
that makes
Like that
more
is the
sense to
fucking
me.
coolest thing in the world to me.
Oh
I think
yeah, going in a circle. I mean,
and
I
going
would
in
love to
circle
be
in,
going in a circle.
a big group.
Well, I mean, like more
I think, like,
of
big
the
group.
I feel like it's just like
And
I can't do the thing
repeated
that's not
chanting.
the physical action.
Yeah, fair
I think
enough.
it's both. It's
Yeah.
like I think it's like the repeated
Yeah.
chanting.
Well, I was
stuff
using
is
the
really-
shirty walk, so it was like that was nice because it's like there's a movement with your hand.
What is
Even
it?
that's why I like guitar. It's like the feeling of just
yeah.
that's the trancey feeling. And when I'm, it's like it reminds me I'm going to raves and being like I always do this. With my hands.
Honestly,
You do
I
that.
do like.
The rave is
I
the
do kind of miss. I miss
Raven.
that kind of thing.
I
Obviously, I
know.
can't do the drug.
it's the closest approximation.
You don't
we
need the
have.
dog.
I know I don't need the drug, but when am I doing the thing?
I know.
Well, I was saying the the other day that like white people are so desperate for some kind of transcendental
Culture?
spirituality and culture that but the only thing they have is
The rave.
like and a little bit softer now and a little bit softer now.
Wait, wasn't that
It's
like a
like
wasn't that a joke
That
on
works
something?
really well.
it's
I
like
swear to
it
God.
really is. It really is that.
I feel like that's good enough for a lot of
Is-
people.
is
That
it-
might be a Kate bit. Sorry, but
I think
but I was we were talking about it. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
maybe it is hers.
it's something about it feels so.
She might have talked about shout, but I brought up the other day. I was like, literally, what do white people have?
Yeah.
That's
That's not
it.
even there. Those are black people's things.
Yeah.
I know, but
we
white
took
people
it.
at weddings,
That's all. It's
We
black
took
people
it.
aren't doing shout.
Yeah, they're not doing
Like
shout.
that's done.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
washed.
The culture has moved on. I mean, blues in general,
Is guys,
white people have
wow.
taken.
White people have made a bastard effigy. of,
Always.
like it's insane. But like yeah, and raving. Like it's like that's all that there is.
Is raving.
And the trance state of online shopping. Just going,
Ah, that's what's
what
like
do I
replacing.
need? Yeah, like oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really
Aw.
it's just is it's
But would you guys
sad.
actually do like a circle trance with me, or would that freak you out because you'd be afraid of like what we're conjuring?
I would want to know what the fuck else you're gonna say.
I would need
during
a
it.
full transcript
I
in
need,
advance
like-
of what you plan to
I need-
say.
I need to know what the purpose is and what your intention is.
We're like 30 minutes into like trancing a circle, and I'm like, dark spirits, all
It's not
come
even
here.
that. Okay, I
And
listen
take
to
that
this
back.
podcast
They're not,
sometimes
they're not.
that it's like spooky.
What
Um,
podcast?
It's called Otherworlds. It's like
The
by what's his
fuck?
Why
name?
are you? Yeah.
Because Brandon told me to listen to it, and that's also but how the thing quantum death.
What's
Oh
that?
yeah.
Oh,
You don't listen to me ever.
No, wait. I can guess. When you die in one life,
Yeah.
you wake
It's-
up in another life.
This is the best podcast in the world, by the way.
Yeah.
What we're working on.
Kind of. But it's like the space. It's like I'm not even gonna go into that. Whatever.
Okay.
But I just like think there's like I listened to an episode where people were doing something like this.
What were you trying to do?
People were doing
Sorry.
something like this, but I don't know if I believe it. What were you trying to do to that?
Were you trying to snatch this?
No, I was trying to go like this, like with your little cheek, but you got so
you're-
surprised.
Well, I would be too.
It's cute.
Okay, wait, I'll do
Trying
it.
to snap
Hold
it
on.
off. This speaks to a larger problem. I was about to say a story, and she said, "I'm leaving my body."
Sorry, I'm sorry, that was
bitch.
rude. I know, and I've held a lot of the conversation.
Yeah, whatever.
I hate
Either way,
myself.
people did some shit like this, and they conjured something. I don't know if I believe any of it. It's just like a story, but they were doing like a circle kind of thing, and they were doing it for fun because they saw the Gwyneth Paltrow
Yeah, Gwyneth
Paltrow show where they do like a circle thing in the show where it's like I don't know what the fuck it is because I didn't watch the show.
Was
These
it a
people
Goop
tried,
show?
Yes, the Goop show. But people were trying to do that while they were watching it because they thought it was funny. And then when they
don't
did
do
that,
it because you think it's funny.
no, but I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I don't feel like I'm protected because I don't know how to protect myself if I did any of this shit.
Right.
Psychic protection.
Okay, no, I think that, I mean, and this is the, I was going to say, and these are the instincts that really make a good witch.
What happened to them?
They felt like this woman said that,
They were gay.
they were
That they felt gay.
No, but she was like she got attacked by dogs, and dogs kept, like, for like a few days, kept like running up to her and trying to like,
Kiss her.
no, not that kind, the biting kind.
She survived.
And then she woke up and she was
Night terrors?
seeing like a woman
No.
saying, I want to be here in the night. And then her friend who was there, and I don't think it was exactly like that. But her friend who was there in the circle had
baby,
the
I'm
same
sorry.
exact experience of that. And
She
then
was saying, I want to be here in the night.
yeah, I think like that's she was waking up in the
I don't
middle
like
of the
that.
night.
I
don't
would
like
just
that
say,
either.
I would say, I'm so
Katie's
sorry.
like, Katie's like, oh,
I know,
that's
well,
what she. I
she
think
doesn't
that's
have
what it
anywhere to
ended up
go.
being.
But that is probably why you are actually good at this and safe, because
Yeah.
you're not like LOL.
See, the thing is, and then I'm
I'm
in the
not
circle.
like LOL matter.
No, but I'm in the circle with you, running around. I have no protection.
No,
I'm just
no,
this
this
little
is the
white.
thing.
I'm just this
No,
little
this is the
white thing running around. Circle, and I'm unprotected. I'm protected, and I don't want anything to come to me in the night.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is where you can easily launch a website and get discovered fast with integrated, optimized SEO tools.
Search engine optimization, if you guys don't know what that stands for.
I
Really?
thank you so much, my smart king.
That's how you show up at the top on
Google?
Yeah.
Whoa,
So it optimizes SEO.
that's so cool that they can do that.
Yeah.
Squarespace is amazing. You know what also is cool? Squarespace can
What
help
else?
you sell content on your website.
Yeah.
The thing that's great about Squarespace, they do it all for you. They can have you in a video collection
got
of all
it.
your things that you like on your website.
Yeah.
They can create client invoices if you have
A shop.
a shop on your website. They can do it
That's
all.
hot.
So head to squarespace.com for a free trial when you're ready to go launch your website. That is www.squarespace.com/Gayotic to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace.com. Kelly and I watched that movie.
Is realism?
No.
Which one?
The one that you said that you really liked.
Oh, Zone of Interest.
Yeah, it was great.
Isn't it?
It-
So insane.
It's like Hannah Arendt.
It's
It's like kind of a
it's that-
waxing on that.
it's that and even like somehow even more fucking intense.
Well, yeah, totally. But it's that.
but it is the
it's,
banality of evil.
yeah, exactly.
Like it is. It is
the movie
realism?
that they said that they
It's
really
so
liked.
excellent.
It's essentially it's about the guy who.
It's about Rudolph.
Wait,
Hess.
zone of interest?
Zone of Interest.
Yeah, it's about the guy who lived next to Auschwitz. He's a Nazi and his family, and it's
okay.
just kind of. I don't know what to say more than that. It's not
Okay.
even about them really.
It's
but
kind of just about their like quotidian boring ass lives.
Right.
But the backdrop being this,
horrendous
large scale of horror, which kind of calls them to mind the way that we fucking
We're
live
living
our
our
lives
lives.
right fucking now.
That's why that we went online and we were looking at some of the. I feel like we're just giving away this movie, but we went online and
Spoilers if you don't.
Spoilers.
I mean,
I don't
God,
want you
spoilers,
should
'cause
see
I don't
it.
want spoilers. I
it's
wanna
not
see it.
even really a spoiler.
No, it's not.
It's like it can't really be spoiled. It's not that kind of movie.
They show. This is not really a spoiler. They show parts of like the Holocaust
I know what
museum
yeah.
at no, but it, like
Contemporary.
actually like they when you go to Auschwitz, there are like they have this also at like the British Museum and stuff like that where they have like the glass and inside it's like either it's like people's clothes or shoes like the just to show like the enormity of I can't give away. I feel like it's
Don't
you
give it
just
away,
need to
but-
watch
Okay.
the movie.
Yeah, I will. I will.
It's kind of like it's the banality of
but-
evil, but it's also the thing that was so interesting
Yeah.
to me is it's like it's not just like
You should really
normal
watch it.
people
It's fucked up.
do
though.
evil things. It's like evil people also have families that they love.
Yeah.
And an
Oh my
evil
God.
person can be a great parent.
No, I
you
think
know what
about
I mean?
this
It's like
a lot.
it's like the flip of like normal people do evil things.
Well,
it's like
a lot of times people are
the
doing evil
rationalization.
things like and they rationalize it by it's like, I'm doing something good for my kids.
Yeah, totally. Well,
like
that's
even
also
just the inherited wealth in general, like that's the whole fucking thing.
I mean, but I think
it's
that's
like it's
also
actually justified for me to
doing-
hoard millions of dollars because I'm helping my
But that's
kids.
what literally
so
some
heavy.
people who are fucking like. I mean, a lot of people who, if you
I'm
think
trying to
about
find
even
something.
the Holocaust in general, it's like I bet some people fucking believed. I mean, it's the same thing that some people believe like now who are fucking like anti-Semitic or like racist, where it's like if these people didn't fucking exist, then like
everything would be different.
everything would be better for my people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, because people are so fucking, you know, capitalism pilled that they would rather be racist than realize that what the thing that's fucking them is the ruling class.
Yeah, or like just it's so tribal. You should watch it and then we can discuss it more. But I found it really, really interesting.
It's a very interesting.
It made me think of that doc too. You know the one we watched.
Yeah, it's also the great thing about the movie is that it's not fetishistic.
No, not at all. They don't show any violence.
You don't see any violence. You don't see prisoners. Like you don't see the people in the camp. You don't see their faces. You don't see there's like it doesn't give you anything to like attach to and be like, well, I would have been a good person had I seen this going on.
No.
Like or it just calls to mind literally just like the ways in which we all turn a blind eye to horrible things.
Well, and we'll
like also,
participate in violence if it's obscured enough.
It's like what do you I honestly
exactly.
like after this and it's just like I don't know what to do. Like I really don't know what to do about like all the fucking fucked up shit that's happening right now. I don't know what to do.
I don't
just
feel like
a
I'm
person.
doing enough.
I just don't actually know what to do.
I think part of the function of like the global this is making me sound like a conspiracy theorist, but like the global like media system, like the effect that it has on people, the intended effect is paralysis.
Yeah, totally.
Even on good people.
Yeah.
It's like so much horrific shit is put in front of your face and it makes you, the intent is to make you feel like the enormity of this is too big. I can't grasp it. What could I possibly do? It's so horrifying. God, what's going on in Palestine is so terrible. I'm so far away. I'm completely helpless. Like, I think that is...
Yeah.
That's the intent. And it fucking works. Like, the intent to make even, like, leftist people, you know, put into this position of, like, powerlessness that is, in a way, kind of, like...
And then
what can you do? I mean, what you can do is, like, what's already happening, which is, like, if enough people start fucking talking about things, like... public opinion shifts. Like, that's happening. Like,
yeah, but it shouldn't be.
It just doesn't stop the violence.
It doesn't stop the violence, but it stops it's successful. I mean, like the Ryanair stopped sending they
that's the only way
entirely.
I really
it's like
do
economic
think,
boycott.
Yeah, well,
like
I think about that with the ending of apartheid and the Scottish people were boycotting goods because Africa sends like all of the produce that is sent to like places where it's fucking cold as shit. And back in the 90s they boycott. Was it the 90s? Whatever.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, they boycotted.
They stopped buying.
Yeah, and that's the only way. People only give a fuck about money, and I don't know. Like seriously, it's like how do you?
Well, Palestine was already so disenfranchised.
I know. Well, it's more of like it would be more of how do you affect like I don't know what Israel like exports.
Sabra, dates, tons of shit.
I just don't know. Yeah,
they
I guess.
export weapons to the United States that even the United States military doesn't fucking have. I mean, there's a ton of shit. Like intelligence, like the only we have the power of like of economic boycott if you're able to do that. And literally it's like it's kind of the thing that I posted about this on Instagram a while ago. It's like if you can, you know what makes people change their behavior? Shame.
LOL.
Like if you make people feel like
that.
If you make people feel like it's not okay, to like
you're a piece of shit,
behave a certain way, do something, it's like the chances that they will. I mean, there's obviously like people who are contrarians who will just do something because like out of oppositional defiance or whatever. But I think there is power in like, hey, like, what if we actually knew the names and faces of people that are the presidents, vice presidents, and whatever of all these big fucking arms dealing companies
Oh,
who get
yeah.
to
Yeah.
enjoy their rich lives in polite society, going to the fucking Soho House,
right.
and like no one knows why they're there, and no one gives a shit because they're not famous, and no one knows what their faces look like. These motherfuckers should be famous.
Yeah.
Fuck these people.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
makes me also think about I don't know, just like the human some people are shameless. Like some people
That
you
is
actually
true.
can't
Well,
shame.
the thing
Well,
is,
but
the
what if
people,
they-
most
so
of the people who are part of these corporations and who are the fucking CEOs, they're sociopaths. And that's how they've
I
climbed the
thought you were
corporate
more
ladder.
talking about like in terms of like raising funds and raising awareness
Oh.
and like getting people like the shame that we feel. I don't know. Like I was having a conversation. I also
Yeah, wait, say more. I'm confused.
Oh, well, I was having a conversation with someone else in Resource Generation that she was like, I feel like a lot of my political action when I was younger was just motivated by my guilt and shame.
Yeah.
And like ultimately that only takes you so far.
Absolutely.
But at the same
It's not a
time,
bad way
it
in.
It's not
does
a bad
take you-
motiva-
It
I
takes
don't
you
think-
somewhere.
I mean, think about honestly, our career, I think, is actually everybody's honestly, it's like motivated from the feeling of like, I think
Not being good enough.
Well, and also feeling you have something to prove because you're not good enough. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And maybe that's the same kind of. I don't know. I think they're connected.
It's like in our career, it's like not feeling good enough, and then like in political action, I think it's maybe just not feeling good.
yeah.
And I literally was doing.
They're both shame. Like it's both.
I
shame
literally was
feelings.
doing EMDR this morning. I can't believe I'm talking about this on the pod. Whatever. I was doing EMDR this morning on like ancestry and like
Whoa.
the shame of like feeling
Lineage.
like you come from bad stock because you come from like
Bad stuff
oppressors.
happening.
And again, like it's hard to talk about like with family because it's like I love my family members and I'm like none of y'all like specifically
Yeah.
am I saying are evil, but like
But if you go back
the
fucking far
whole
enough,
thing in general
it's fucked.
is not good.
I think it's just so hard for some people to. I don't know. It's people just don't want to feel like they're a bad person, and so
Yeah.
it's like I think it's also super
Right.
generational, where it's like if you were maybe
Definitely.
having this conversation with someone who was like our age or like your sister or something, I think it would really go far. But I don't know if a lot. I don't know. I think there's something about especially like baby boomers who don't
Yeah.
want to like feel like they're a bad person or like
Mhm.
whatever their struggle was to get where they are is not valid. And I
Mhm.
do feel like it's like people want to be like self-made. I think it's like also it's like I don't know if during that time in the propaganda they grew up with where it's like being like a self-made like American.
Huge.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think that's all tied into
Also,
Well,
like America
that.
as
And
being
for some of
good.
their parents, that really was the story.
yeah,
you know?
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I also just want to say, like, I don't mean shaming well-intentioned people.
No.
I mean
I
publicly
kind of
shaming.
meant that a little bit.
I mean publicly shaming evil people. Like, I don't think there should be faceless, nameless pieces of shit. Like,
I mean, that's the issue with corporations because it's like you even think about where the money goes. It's like a corporation.
What's
like
the name of that company that is it Northrop Grumman's?
Yep.
But
Grumman.
in terms of
What a
like the
fucked up
people, it's
name.
like you think about how people spend money that gets taken away from the individual because it's like these people, like this one man could start a corporation
Yeah.
because of how corporations work. His individual like commerce gets taken away because now it's the corporation's like, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
thing where it's just like it gets, I don't know. This is stupid.
we are recording this at the end of February.
I'm stupid on every day though. So
We're recording this at
it's
the end of February.
28th.
And yeah, I just
I'm stupid. I'm stupid in February. I'm stupid in March. I'm stupid
Yeah.
in April.
I'm stupid in May.
Yeah, every month
I'm
of the
stupid
year.
all summer. I'm stupid all day.
What's crazy is that we really don't know. It's like by the time this comes out, it's like I don't know what other atrocities.
Right.
The-
pray for us all.
The problem is this.
I guess
the
corporate
problem
trusts.
is the
Sorry.
fucking same. It's always economics. Like when
Yeah,
it
100.
fucking comes down to it, like there's oil in Gaza that the United States wants access to. There's fucking.
Why do you think the United States cares about Israel? You know what I mean? And giving, you know what I mean? The British and the US wanted something in that area
Mm-hmm.
that they could sink their claws into because of oil.
Mhm.
Like literally.
U.S. imperialism is like just that and like economic imperialism and just the way that it's not anyone person's fault, but it's like, yeah, we should be mad that like our money. It's the same thing with fucking Vietnam. It's like people were pissed off that their tax dollars were going to a war that they didn't support.
This is
and
But I get
the difference with Vietnam is because people we're not dying in the
We're
same
not
way.
going.
And the people in Vietnam, it's like people's friends were going to Vietnam.
ultimately
you know what I mean?
that's the future of warfare
I know,
for us though,
it's-
which is so fucked up. Which
it's
is like
the wall, it's the drone.
drones, AI, like cyber warfare, the ways that we can cripple economies from a distance without like human to human contact. Like the abstraction of war is now something just like so fucking mind
And I'm
fucking.
gonna
I think just to wrap it all up somewhat neatly, it's like if the only thing you can do is just share your opinion with other people or have conversations, then that's all you can do. That's still something.
Oh,
It's
God.
like that's not nothing.
I
I'm
also
so
do
revved
think
up
taking
thinking about
in,
many things.
like I noticed that I have this. I think taking in, if you can take in content of actual human beings that are in Gaza right now,
Totally.
and just try to keep them like in your heart and mind and connect with people. It's like that.
Yeah.
And for me also,
I just
I've said
can't
this
watch
before, but like direct
snuff.
action helps me a lot. There's a bunch of stuff happening this weekend.
Yeah.
But
We're not gonna be here, which fucking
we're
sucks.
not gonna fucking be here. Yeah.
I just think there's like, even if for like one, person who it's meaningful for you to say something, it's like that's not nothing.
Yeah.
It's like that's something. You don't have to do everything. I think you do what you can do. And yeah, like, I mean, fuck. You hear about the fucking guy?
What?
Aaron Bushnell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
You
is
hear
it?
about the guy?
He's
Who's
not- he's
self-immolated?
self-immolated.
He lit himself on fire.
Active duty. You really haven't heard about this?
No, I don't have social media at all.
I saw it just on like
Active
news.
Really?
duty
Yeah.
military man
25-year-old.
who,
Whoa.
yeah, he lit himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy
Whoa.
because he said he's not gonna be complicit
Complicit.
in
Whoa.
genocide. And
Holy
he,
shit.
as he died. And as he was
Imagine-
dying, he said "Free Palestine." And as he was dying, there was a cop that like had a gun.
Pointed
on
a gun
him.
at him.
Do you guys like? I think
It's like, are
about
you
this
guys
even
fucking
watching
insane?
watching the movie that we were talking about and just like anything. I'm like, there in the movie, there's like a small plot of a girl who like is putting out apples like in the mud for people to like eat.
She's like hiding
And she's
them.
doing it in the middle of the night. She's not Jewish. She like lives in the town
Uh-huh.
next to Auschwitz.
I think from what I
And I'm-
read, those girls who
They-
were in the house
They're Polish.
were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Really?
Yeah, Polish Jehovah's Witnesses, because they were also kind of a
Yeah,
religious.
but I mean Polish
you know,
people
whatever.
also during that. Yeah, whatever. But I think about her and I just think about someone like that. I'm like, I don't know. And I think that this is like my dad's fixation in life. I'm like, I don't know if I would have the courage to. I don't know if I would be a hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just don't know.
Right.
And you think about someone like that and like how so many people. I mean, it's just
This
it's
is where I think
unbelievable.
the shaming comes in. This is where I say,
You
does
shame
it
me to be
really
a
hurt
hero.
to say you could be a little more heroic, you piece of shit? You know,
But
like,
don't-
is
I
that
say
really
what
so
dirty
bad?
scumbag.
Yeah,
But I would say there's also like fuck. I mean,
I don't
have
know.
you heard about the book Denial of Death?
No.
no, of
Ugh.
course not.
It's good, but it's like
I feel like that's Naomi's. This is season 3's.
Denial of Death is like you
Vibe.
would
Naomi's
you
like,
would fuck
have
with
you heard
it.
of the book Myopticon of Lamp? It's like,
They are trying
Have
to
you
take
heard?
down
Have you
a,
heard of
a
the book?
strong
Have you heard the book?
biracial
Kiss my
gay
butt.
person.
No, you're strong, and I am nice to you.
Thank you, and that's why I give you a knife. And why
Yeah,
can't you didn't get a knife?
They gave me a knife.
She
Did you
got
like
planked.
it?
Yeah. If anything, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I love. I send the only person I should send a photo to were
Diamond.
Ivan and Megan.
That's awesome.
Joe has a knife that says "the boss."
Yeah.
Joe's been the boss of a huge area of our lives.
Ivan helped.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
In the book, there's his idea is like everything about life is how we're all fucking terrified of dying,
Yeah, totally.
and the need
for
to feel
sure.
significant, and the hero myth as being like we're attached to this idea of heroism out of like a narcissistic impulse to be important within
Yep.
within the large scope of the universe.
Yep. Oh, it's checking out.
You guys,
Yep,
I
it's
don't
interesting.
want.
It's a good book.
I was talking about this with Chris because like Chris he was thinking about maybe becoming a doctor, and
Oh,
now
cool.
he's like, well, he's been thinking about it for years.
That's
like
cool.
and he was gonna go to school, and then he decided not to. And I was like, it's just interesting where, I mean, I think we're just such a product of like the neoliberal landscape of like America, where it's like you follow your dreams, like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I have to do anything to be important. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's all. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just think everyone's like plagued. Everyone's plagued by, I think, feeling like you need to, you know.
I felt like that specifically in LA. I think getting out of
It's
LA
also
for even
millennial
a little
shit.
bit.
It is millennial
It's
shit.
also the millennial thing of like,
Yeah.
this is the generation that's gonna change the fucking world, and like, you know,
Yeah.
like
And maybe our age, like feeling like it's closing in on us. Like,
Yeah.
the amount of time that
I
you
just
have.
don't
I
think
know
I
that's
really
the
what
don't
it-
feel that way.
But I mean, like, I mean,
know
like, is
younger
it
kids
what,
feel like that too.
like, it's like, what is your, I think people just are like, what was the point of like your life?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I don't think that's what the point of it is, but
No,
I
for
do think
sure
that is
not.
what so many people are like plagued by.
Yeah, having a legacy.
Yeah, what the
Having a
fuck is
legacy.
legacy?
well, that's like a hero
Well,
thing
it's also like,
of like
dude,
leaving behind something to remember so that you actually don't die.
So that
It's
you
like
don't die, but
you're
you're going to.
You're inscribed
People will
into this
forget it.
like, yeah.
I mean, I think that's
fucking
even, you could say
eternal thing.
the people who are like in charge of these corporations, they want to leave a legacy of being fucking successful
Important,
and rich,
yeah.
rather than even, you know, like it's. I guess it's
I
not
was
even
thinking
about
about that.
heroism.
I just finished Song of Achilles. Such a
Oh,
good book.
Yeah, the one that
Thank you, Frankie.
yeah.
But like there was so much about Achilles' story that I
You didn't know.
didn't know. So I was just thinking, it's like that's literally a demigod. So if he's like, how often are you thinking about fucking Achilles?
I'm
I'm
not
thinking about him now, but
Yeah, not that often. My parents had a cat named Achilles.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Isn't it
I don't know.
really
I don't
messed up
remember
that
why.
like if someone presses on your neck for long enough, like your life is over?
Okay, so
Yeah.
what? Tell me the thought process.
It is fucked up. It's fucked
It's
up
just
that you
something
can
I've been
just.
thinking about. Like I don't really identify as being afraid of death.
I don't either, but obviously we all are.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of death. I know I am. I'm very open about that though.
Yeah, you and
You've
like
been
Amber
historically
Bain
open.
is another person
I'm not
who I
afraid of
know is like
death.
she's aware of her fear of death. I'm not really aware of my fear, but there's something that doesn't click in my head that I'm like in a body where if somebody pushed on my neck for long enough, my whole shit would be over.
Don't give
I
anyone
just
any
don't
ideas.
think my thing is I'm like I feel existential dread because I feel like at any like I just want to feel really tired when I die. But the thing that I
You're
feel
always
when
really
you're
tired
well, you know what I mean, tired of
living.
living, which I am also. But the thing that I think about, like when you're saying
Mission
something like
accomplished.
that, where it's like you're not significant enough for that not to happen to you. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
even like you go on a plane and you're like, I'm not gonna get in an accident
Right.
because you don't think it's actually
Yeah.
gonna happen. Because why would that happen to me?
Right. But it could just
Yeah, it
randomly
could totally
to
happen
you.
to you.
I just don't want to experience. I'm not afraid of the idea of no longer existing.
I don't think. Yeah.
I'm afraid of intense, excruciating pain.
Yeah.
that is what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
Like,
Or are the people around you dying? Is this the most depressing episode of Gayotic that has ever been recorded?
anyway,
I really
let's
wasn't
rank what
expecting-
This show is sponsored by Betterhelp, as in you're fucked up and you better get help.
Wow. Let me tell you guys, therapy has honestly saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's saved your life, not to speak for you.
Because you were really down in the dumps.
Yeah, when you were really bad, your therapist helped you, no?
It's true. I love my therapist.
Wow. I'm glad that you love your therapist.
Yeah.
The first time I saw a therapist, I just cried for 2 hours straight, and she could
Whoa.
barely even talk to me.
Whoa.
And you could
I
have the
didn't say
same
anything.
experience.
Wow.
But I've been
Um,
carrying around the weight of not having had therapy for many, many years.
Wow. And the great thing about BetterHelp is that you can do it anywhere, and also some people it's like it's hard for them to actually go be in a room with someone if they need to talk about, what they're going through.
Right.
That's the greatest thing about like BetterHelp. You can do it anywhere, and you can do it in the privacy of your own home. where you feel safe.
Yeah.
You know, talk about your feelings.
I think one of the cool things about
your
like
phone or
the pandemic actually was that more people started seeing
Totally.
therapists
Totally.
and
Totally.
realizing
100%.
like you can get really good help
Yeah.
even like virtually.
Yeah, totally. And it makes it more affordable for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get it off your chest with BetterHelp.com. Visit BetterHelp.com/chaotic today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.
HELP.com/chaotic.
Thank you.
That's rank. Okay, we're gonna for the end of this episode, it feels like a really natural transition to be ranking
Fork, knife, spoon.
forks, knives, and spoons.
Okay. I'm good.
I know what you're gonna say because I agree with you. Go ahead.
Say no, you say what
Yeah.
say what it is.
You are going to say that a spoon is the most useful tool.
Yeah.
I
and
agree.
and we can all agree
No, that's
on
a
that.
that's a
We've
fact.
discussed
Ask
this.
any chef. I'm serious. Ask any chef. They would prefer a spoon to any other utensil if they only had to have one utensil.
I'm gonna go spoon.
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 Are we all gonna have the same one?
We'll find
Let's
out.
see. Fork.
Yeah.
Knife.
Yeah.
Sorry, knife.
I'm totally agreeing.
Yeah.
I totally
What
agree.
do you think?
No, I agree.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Well, hey, let's do
Um,
another one real quick because that was
But
was
you
good.
know
That was
why?
quick.
For me, it recently I've been making smoothies every morning.
interesting.
Yeah, you've been wanting
totally.
the poop smooth.
Yeah, I've been making a poop smoothie.
Yeah, basically, I make a smoothie out of my poop. Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
You're
Yeah,
trying to
it's
get the
kinda
motion
cute.
in the ocean.
It's cute.
It's kind of a cute thing I do. My poop smoothie.
You guys,
That
I'm sure
sucks, you
somebody
guys. I'm
fucking does that. I'm
Ew.
sure somebody does
No.
that. I bet you do.
If you can think it, they're doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I agree. Oh,
remember
don't do
when we
it.
went to the porn film festival?
With Louis?
Holy
And-
fuck.
They had that pancake
Fuck this.
clip.
Louis, I love you. I hated
What do you guys think that
this
means
so
when I say
much.
that?
Pancake. I didn't. I refused
There-
to
there
go
was a-
to this
there
because
was
I
a
knew it was going to
pancake
be
We
too
went-
Video
intense.
clip
We went
at a
to
porn festival. What do you think that means?
I'll tell you what it means.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
too
got
virginal
nothing.
for this shit.
It is what you think, probably.
No,
I mean,
wait, what is it?
depends.
Just say it.
Allie's face. Allie's face.
Wait, one of you guys
She's
has
like,
to guess and say it in the mic.
It might even be worse than what you think.
Okay, well, I'm afraid.
Be
I'm
afraid.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
afraid that yours is worse than what it actually is?
Because I feel like mine's weird. I would think it would be taking the pancake and then. Am I already off?
No, I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. I don't know what
Am
it
I
is.
off?
No, I'll tell you. It involves pancake batter.
She said taking the
Oh.
pancake. I just saw Joe's face. I would.
Oh.
It involves pancake batter.
Oh God!
Oh,
is
I'm
it
thinking
is
of
it
a
horrible?
cooked one.
Okay, it's not cooked.
Is
Yeah,
it? Is it?
I got nothing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What?
Is it filling up
The
an
fucking
orifice?
video. We saw this. We went
Is
to a
that
porn
right?
film festival.
I am sex negative if that's what sex is.
Literally,
I don't think that is what sex is, but it was
I have an archival.
something we saw.
I have an archival knowledge of like I don't know. I have a very good memory.
Yeah, this is too
This
good.
is something I choose to forget every time I remember it, and I can't believe Katie brought it up because then it comes flooding back in. I've worked for years to forget this shit.
Anya, yes, you have a
Why
question?
pancake batter versus any other liquid?
I feel like it's really thick.
Because then they make
It
the
was
pancake.
for a little bit they were
Is
doing.
it sort of a clenching, unclenching situation?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I bet you it is.
So
So basically,
basically
they
what-
enjoy to eat it because it's sexy.
So it's these people.
They
and
cooked it after.
They
yeah,
cooked it.
they're
Did
yeah.
they-
right.
and they
Basically,
squeezed
it
it out on a
starts with
griddle.
it
Mhm.
starts with two people and they're on bicycles, and let's just say they're let's just say they're fully fucking naked. They're wearing maybe an apron, and it's clear
if they
that
listen
there's
to this podcast, sorry, we're not into it. I'm sorry.
no. Strangely, this didn't make me want to have sex. I don't know. Maybe it does. It kind of felt like they were being funny more than trying to be horny.
it was kind of fun to watch this like really
Fun is really
like queer like porn, indie porn with all these other people and just be not turned on whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it
I don't think
was-
many
Wait, no,
people were.
continue about after the bicycle.
They're on the bicycle, and let's just say there's something up their asses.
Oh, was it like they're getting fucked by the bicycle?
no,
No, honey.
no,
the
that's an
batter-
interesting idea. No, they're hiding pancake batter up their
is in their
asses.
butt.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like they're working it. You know what I mean?
I
They're trying to,
know.
like,
It's
and
like
they're
a
like
feat.
riding and laughing.
See, I thought,
And then
when you
they're
said
going to the
bicycle,
fuck house where they make pancakes, and then they're getting all
the fuck
types of
house.
stuff happening to them.
Why is the bicycle? This is the
Making
thing.
pancakes out of their ass.
I'll say, as the writer, whoever wrote this, like,
Why
I
is
think
the
it should have
bicycle in
been.
it?
It's why is the bicycle part of it?
I think they were in Amsterdam.
Yeah. So that was just their mode of transportation.
They
Did you
were.
just guess that?
Yeah.
They were. And it also felt like one of those 90s music videos where everything's in a crazy angle and they're kind of like cutting frames and everyone's moving fast.
Yeah.
And then we saw another.
Imagine.
Well, I
if
don't
it
wanna talk
called-
about that
I gotta
one.
be honest. Imagine to be like, okay. Imagine this is
is the
what God is
craziest
telling you need to do. You know what I mean? We're thinking about our legacy. You're like, this.
You're like, I'm gonna
is
be a
what I need
hero.
to be doing.
I'm going to be a hero.
I'm not feeling that way about that.
That was so diplomatic and respectful.
Anyway,
for sure.
spoon is the best utensil
spoon
for
is the
sure.
best.
I was gonna say, you guys were like, that was too short, but then we killed some time.
Yeah, I'd say
So that was-
Yeah. We got
Spoon
some
is
other
the best,
stuff.
but I'm never eating a pancake for a long time. I'm never eating that again. Until
For a
next
long
time.
Until the next time I'm at
She thought
Martha,
about
what's
pancakes.
the Martha Stewart restaurant in New York?
Clinton Street Bakery.
Clinton Street. They got good pancakes.
If anything, I
Aw.
need. This is okay.
I
have
love
one,
a
I have one
savory
thing to
breakfast
say.
with a little pancake in the middle of the
no,
table.
This is,
If you
fuck
wanna
that.
sleep
I
for the
don't
next
wanna
13
do that.
hours.
I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do
Why
that.
not?
I want a pancake at night. I'm sick of. Why do we have to have pancakes in the morning? It doesn't work for me. It
Talk
does
about
not.
things we need to change in the world.
It does not. I have blood sugar spike.
I know.
My whole day's
Totally. The
ruined.
glucose will fuck you right up.
My whole day's ruined.
Apple cider vinegar beforehand does help your glucose not spike as hard.
I know, but
If
I
you're
still
gonna
can't do
behave
it.
in a crazy
yeah,
way.
I want the pancake. I'm sick. I think people need to be eating pancakes for dinner or dessert. Fuck pancakes
For
in the
dinner?
morning. I mean, breakfast for dinner, Katie.
Okay.
And then normal
They are
pancake.
American.
Normal
American
pancake. Not a damn crepe.
I'd say hot cake, pancake. Hot cake thicker than pancake. Hot
Oh.
cake. Pancake.
What is a hot cake?
Are you ranking?
I know. I guess.
Yeah, there we go. Hot cake, pancake,
Pancake crepe?
waffle.
Waffle.
Waffle number one.
Waffle.
Number one?
Yeah. Waffle, number one
for life.
Pancake,
the grooves
hot
within
cake,
which to
crepe.
Sorry, say that again. I interrupted you.
No, I agree. Waffle.
When have you
I'm
had a
with you.
hot cake?
I need to look at a
Hot cake
picture of
is
hot cake.
thicker than a pancake.
So that's why people say,
there's a
hey,
difference.
hot cakes.
Yeah, they say.
Do they
let me-
say that?
They
If
say,
you have
let me
if
get
you have
that
a
thick
fluffy
butt.
yeah.
Thick butt.
Another term for hot cakes. Thick butt.
Yeah, waffle,
cake-
pancake, hot cake, crepe.
Okay, here we go. Hotcakes versus pancakes. What's the difference? I would like to thank thefoodnotes.com for this. Hotcakes and pancakes are both popular breakfast items enjoyed around the world. While they may seem similar, there are key differences. Pancakes are a flat, thin cake made from a batter consisting of flour, eggs, milk, and a leavening agent.
Like, should I
Pancake-
make pancakes? now?
Hotcakes versus pancakes. The primary difference is their texture. Hotcakes are
Huh.
thicker and fluffier, while pancakes are
Oh.
thinner and flatter. Hotcakes also
Oh.
tend to have a tangy flavor,
Do hotcakes have
thanks
like
to the
yeast in
addition
them?
of buttermilk
Buttermilk.
and sour cream.
So buttermilk, it's also yeah.
They sound good.
Hotcakes are delicious. I actually am gonna change mine to waffle, hot cake, pancake, crepe. No, Naomi.
I've never had a hot cake though, so I don't feel like I can really rank
You can
it.
imagine.
I think
it.
I have, but I just don't know.
Imagine it.
I just don't know if I've had a hot cake or not. I'm
don't-
gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know.
There are some things I don't know.
You talk about me being racist. You're being racist.
Fuck off.
I'm appropriating a
That
southern
was a
accent
white.
with
That
love.
was a white woman. That was a white woman named Paula.
I have to say. Okay, wait.
Her
I have to
name's
say
Paula.
one
Her
thing.
name's Paula.
Do you watch Love Is Blind? I'm not very far in it. There's a woman who's with a black man, and
Mhm.
she keeps saying, I know you identify as a black man,
Yes.
and I identify
Yes.
as a white woman. I'm thinking,
she's-
Do you know what
identify.
identify
but no
means?
cigar.
She wants to be there, but I'm
She's
watching her
not.
do that. I'm thinking,
I'm concerned about her.
It's
I
like,
don't know T
She
yet.
doesn't. Well, she just does. I don't know the T either, but she does not have the vocab that she needs to be having.
It's also
Yeah, I
people
agree.
who've like looked at Instagram, saw a couple words, got so scared,
Identify.
turned their phones off for years, and then started being like,
Identify.
gaslighting, identify, progressive, I'm like panicking about
I know
certain things.
you identify me as having privilege. Who did I just say that like?
You
as
identify
having
me.
privilege.
What is that?
I don't know.
It sounds racist to me.
Oh my! This is
my
gonna be
God.
Say
unusable.
your thing. Say it.
All that matters is waffles number one, because
agree.
waffles have the crevices within
No.
which.
Yes.
Shut up and let a black person speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Waffle.
Waffle. I made her scared. I'm sorry. I was joking. Look at me. They know I'm. Look. Hey, if I.
You didn't make me scared.
Okay.
I'm scared.
It's just so
Joe's gonna
scared.
cry. Waffle, because when you let the butter melt into the
Texture.
holes,
Texture.
and then you put cinnamon or something,
Ooh, cinnamon.
flavors within the pockets. There's so many flavor pockets
They
in
just-
a waffle, and it could really
I'm
have you
surprised you're
fucked
saying
up
whole
out here
so
acting
much
crazy
after everything.
after everything that's going on these days.
After everything that's happened between us.
I can't believe you're saying whole
Sorry,
so
I'm touching the
flippantly.
mic.
Hot waffle. I don't know if I can
Hot
say
waffle.
hot waffle made of pancake batter in the shape of a crepe.
Wait, cold waffle. I
Eat
like
both.
those. Eggo.
Cold waffle. I liked those. Eggo.
A poem.
Eggo.
Girl, I like the way your brain works.
I think that was a
Sponsor.
poem.
Cold,
Cold waffle. I like
those.
those. Eggo.
Chaotic.
Gayotic.
Let them-
Waffle hot. Pancake, because I don't know what a hot cake is.
Cold.
Waffle, pancake, Coca-Cola, ice cream, orange juice. What was the list again? I forget. Do you guys smell burnt toast?
You fucking
I
love
know, I knew you
saying
were gonna
that.
say that.
Okay,
You love it.
finish your list.
Anyone
What'd you
getting
say?
really sleepy? Maybe there's a gas leak.
Wait, can you
I'm
finish?
feeling
Can
really
you
giggly.
finish?
Pancake, hot cake, waffle. Wait,
No.
this
you're
was
just
their
making a
order.
rhyme.
This was their order.
Waffle,
Waffle,
Pancake.
pancake,
pancake,
hot cake,
hot cake,
crepe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you both put crepe last?
Yeah.
I'm not a big crepe man.
I'm not a crepe hater by any means.
No, not at all.
Kinda
But
seems
I
like it.
want texture. I like a thicker texture, as Naomi does
Really
as
seems
well.
like
It really seems like it.
Go ahead. Shock America.
Pancake,
Okay.
crepe,
Wow.
hot cake,
Whoa.
waffle.
Fuck you.
Motherfucker.
Fucking bitch. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Waffle has texture.
I don't. You know what happened? You know why I don't like a waffle? Because you
don't
put
like
the maple
us.
syrup on.
It sinks in.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It
The
forms
holes.
disgusting little pools that are way more than I want.
That's your fault.
I agree.
It's
I agree.
science. You want me to be able to like perfectly time it so that it's not filling up
It
any
goes-
of the waffle holes?
You go.
What else is a childhood
you-
for
you know
rather
what-
than
you know-
perfecting the amount of maple syrup and or
What if you just
cinnamon
put
sugar?
what if you just put the syrup
No,
on, like,
I don't
the
need to
plate?
worry about problem solving this because I'll just eat a pancake, bitch.
So you prefer in your little reality, having the pancake to slice and then to apply from the bottom of the plate the maple syrup.
What do you guys
No, I
think?
put the pancake on top.
rolls
rolls
off, but it-
even layer.
It stays in the little
Yeah.
holes.
But then
I
what
don't
do you
know
do
how I
once
feel
it
about
rolls off
pouring
and
it
fills in
everywhere
the...
either way. You know what I mean?
Agree.
What are you doing?
Dunking. Perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That was awesome. God, this fucking...
Dunking.
We were given a platform, and this is how we've chosen to use
Where
it.
this episode started.
I know, but that's what we told them it was going to
Gayotic.
be.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I love you guys.
This is the thing. This is life.
Dunking.
Dunking.
Grief,
Perfect.
laughter,
Grief, laughter.
Exhaustion.
Okay, we can be
dunking.
dunking.
Ice cream.
I love you
I love you
guys.
guys.
I love
Love
Josette
you.
who likes to dunk.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Dunk. I love the way you delivered that.
Dunking.
God. I'm going to rewatch this
Perfect.
video and go back. That was so
Um,
fucking sick.
Love you guys. Love you, Katie.
Love you guys. I love you, Naomi. Mwah. Good podcast.
Good
everyone.
podcast.
That was a Headgum podcast.